The dating scene is the worst it's ever been. Yes, it is, but not for you. We're Day and Megan, and we've been very happily married for the past 10 and a half years, together for 11 years, and this is why you suck at dating.
Yes.
So, today we're going to talk about exactly that, why the dating scene sucks. The dating scene is a horrible place right now, and we feel for you because people are crazy. We talked about that in one of our videos. I think social media has played a big part, as we all know, and just media in general.
Yeah, I was about to say media in general.
Yeah.
I think all the dating shows and all the movies about love, there's not a lot of realistic, real stories about real love and people staying together. It's always kind of like the lead up to dating. And then it's like once the person's actually dating, it kind of, the story falls through at that point.
Is this a conspiracy?
No, I'm saying
No,
like,
I'm not saying you. I'm saying this might be a conspiracy because why are the narratives not good?
I guess so.
Why are the narratives not good?
I guess so.
We should question that.
The like that movie, Marriage Story. Don't watch it. It sucks.
Oh,
It's awful. Or that one with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston. And there's a lot of movies about marriage or dating where it's just like the people have been together for a long time and it sucks. Or it's the movies and TV shows about people dating and it's like the build up to them actually dating. I know. It's like the build up to them actually dating, and then when they actually start dating, it's like, oh, this is awful. Or it just cuts. Like a lot of Disney movies or like girl movies with like, romance, it cuts right when like they finally solidify like they're going to get married or they're going to start dating, and it's like you never
cut out the
see
magic.
Yeah, but the magic from what they've shown us is like the lead up to it. So I think that's changed people's beliefs and thought process to how to date.
Yeah, no, that's awful. Like, in order, our environment shapes us. It's the number one thing that dictates like our behavior. So if our environment, including the media that we consume, is not based on people finding true love and actually like long-lasting true love, then our culture is gonna, reciprocate that energy. And so now we're in a place to where people are not seeing love and they're not manifesting it in their lives. And really, what I want to get to the root of, what we want to get to the root of today, is like why people aren't self-aware enough to do the inner work, the necessary inner work, in order to like bring this person into their life. Because what I want you to know is that even though the dating scene does suck right now, you don't have to view it in such a way to where you think that everything that you see pertains to you, because it doesn't. It doesn't, because
I think it's about managing your expectations, seeing what you actually expect from the dating scene, because what you expect is actually going to be what happens.
Yeah, so when you're looking at the dating scene and you're saying this is a horrible place, I don't even want anything to do with this, I don't want to get hurt, you need to view it like how I talk to her when we're looking for a new apartment to move into or something like that, a new home to live in, or a new dog. We just bought a dog today for our daughter. When we're looking at a car, if our car broke down or something like that and we need a new car, we just want a new car. Like, we only need one. You only need one. You can have multiple of those things. You got multiple dogs, multiple cars, multiple homes. But when it comes to a soulmate, you only need one. You only need one person. So when you're looking at all these different options out there and it's just like, this is all trash. Like, I keep coming across people that there's no options. Like, you need to realize that one person is out there that's for you. And the way that you are going to be able to know that is by doing the inner work. Because when you start to work on yourself while everybody is out in the world not working on themselves, it really narrows your options. And that's what you need. That might feel like, dang, like, why do my options seem scarce? You actually want that, because if you have all these people that are lined up and they're just like mid and low quality, like, you're not going to really know what to choose from, because you're just like, everybody's the same. But when you see the person who actually is like you and reciprocates your same energy after you've worked on yourself, you're going to be able to identify them right away. And I don't think most people realize that, like, you only need one.
I think we've been taught so much with consumerism, like we've said in the past, with a ton of stuff and a ton of options, and more is better. And that's just not the case. It's not more is better. So it's like you can have 10 different types of foods that are in front of you. But if your favorite food is Thai food, then it doesn't matter if pizza or anything else is in front of you because you want Thai food. So you're narrowing it down because you can't eat 10 different foods anyway. So you're just like, I don't care. So it feels good to narrow down when you're looking for food or when you're looking for something specific. But in the dating scene, for some reason, it's like, no, I need all these options instead. I need to have a plethora of options, a plethora of people I'm talking to so that I can try and figure out which one is the one. And it's like, no, you don't need a ton of options. You actually just need the right option, and then it's just one at that point.
Yeah, I was telling somebody just last night that when you only have this one option that appears and you're able to identify them because you've been working on yourself, not this one option, you have all these different options, but when you have this one person who's actually meant for you that appears, like everybody else ceases to exist. They just don't at all anymore.
It doesn't matter.
Like they don't.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, the people that we were talking to before we had met each other, like I don't even remember how I ended contact with them. I just did.
No, same. I don't even know if I said anything or I just stopped because it doesn't matter at all. You literally, all those things fade away and you're just like, oh, it's just this one. And you might have only had like a few conversations with this person, but you just know like, oh, well, this is the one person I need to be talking to. This is the one person that I want to talk to. So I don't want to talk to all these other people. All these other people are boring.
Yes.
Compared to the one person that I'm talking to. So it gets back to the point again of just looking for the one person. And how would you say is the best way to go about doing that?
About doing what specifically?
Finding the one person instead of trying to build up all these options. So quantity versus quality.
Yeah, well, it goes back to a lot of stuff that we've said in our previous videos. If you are somebody who's new to the channel and you haven't watched those, definitely go watch them, because at the end of the day, beginning and end of the day, is about self-development. It's about working on yourself and getting to a point where you realize, like, I am so valuable and I don't need to settle for anything less than the value that I bring to the table. I need somebody to help me become more valuable, and the only person that can do that is somebody who acts like me. And it doesn't mean they are you. It just means that they are working on themselves just as much as you are, so they're able to bring a significant amount of value to their life, to your life, and you're able to bring a significant amount of value to their life. And you guys, like, match in frequency, and then you begin to actually build this new life together where you're self-developing as one instead of two individuals. Even though you still have your individual lives, when you come together, there's real magic there. And so the way to get that person is to do it, to just start today. Like, today is the day to do it. It's like just absorbing the right information, and then making sure that you comb through all the details of your life so that you put yourself in a position to be able to self-reflect at all times and make, the necessary changes. And no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's kind of like when you grow up in a certain town, like say you grow up in a town that only has one specific race or one specific type of person, then you may think that the dating pool is super small because that's what you're around. But if you start to surround yourself with people who are like-minded like you, then you see like, oh, whoa, there's actually a lot of people out here who have the same things in common with me. Like, when I was growing up, I just felt like completely different from a lot of people. I just did. And I didn't think that there was anyone that was similar to who I was, even as I started getting older, like going into college and things like that. I still just felt like, I don't know, these people, they're nice, they're attractive, but we don't have anything in common. Like, is this it? But then I met him from LA, and then I started to see that there was actually a lot of other girls as well that I had more in common with in LA than where I was stationed. And so it's just like, once I started to kind of move in that direction and surround myself with like different people who like different things with like clothes and music and things like that, then I started to see a whole bunch of people that were similar to me when I thought that I was like this anomaly.
Right.
And I actually wasn't. I was for him and he was for me, but I wouldn't have been able to find him unless I surrounded myself with people that were like him, and I started to develop in that way and see like, this is what I actually like. Let me go and dive into this some more.
Yeah, and just even reflecting on before we had met, like we empathize with you and your experience in the dating scene right now because the options were still slim back then as well. They just were.
They were very
people were
slim.
doing the same stuff that they're doing now. They're sleeping around. They had too many bodies on their hands.
Very shallow.
Very shallow and
Nobody
materialistic.
wants to get deep.
And yeah, just like the conversations, to her point about not getting deep, it was just like nobody wanted to be vulnerable, and there was this wall of protection up, and then there was also a lack of authenticity. And so it was like you can't penetrate through people's layers if they even have them. And I don't know if people do. I still question
Very
it.
NPC for some people. Yeah, I felt that as well. And I think you have to get used to having people that are not comfortable with being comfortable. Like, there's a lot of people around who are just comfortable with doing the same thing over and over and over again. And those people are usually people that aren't growing in their lives.
Yeah, no, they're not.
And if you're not going to grow, then you're not going to grow in your relationships. I have met so many people, all different ages, all different races, who are just okay with just being just a human. I'm just here.
Scientist, just doing.
And those are the people that aren't going to get deep. Those are the people that aren't going to have real relationships. And so if you're surrounded by those people, you need to start to analyze. I think the first thing that I would say is analyze who you're surrounding yourself with.
That's it. That's the first
like
step.
Before you even start to get to know yourself, it's kind of easier, I would say, to see who you're surrounding yourself with, because like Billie Eilish's song, birds of a feather flock together. So if you are surrounding yourself with those people, then that's who you are too, in some sort of way. That's just the case. So look at who you're surrounding yourself with. Are they people that are inspiring you, talking about growth, talking about deep things, talking about things that they struggle with, things that they want to grow from? Or are they just okay with doing the same thing every single day? Even if it's nothing bad, it's just the same exact thing every single day.
Yeah, where's the depth? Like you have to have depth in your life. And if you're somebody who does, like if you've already made it to this point in the video, like you obviously like to think, and you need to be around people who do. Don't settle for friends and family members that are always in your life that just
because
don't
you're
think.
lonely, just because you need some people.
You don't. That's not the case. Like if you're retreating and being by yourself a lot, and I'm not telling you to be some hobbit. I'm not telling you to just be in some cave and just, be jaded. I'm saying like strip away what you don't need right now, which are the people that are not, benefiting their own lives and not benefiting yours because they can't even benefit their own life. And then once you like strip that away and get down to just maybe one or a couple, if you even have any, you're able to start building a new foundation for yourself. You're able to realize in that moment, like, wow, my foundation wasn't even real before. I never had anybody in my environment that actually cared about self-development. Like, that is why your life is the way that it is.
And that actually cared about going deep. Like, really think, how well do you know your friends?
That's so true.
How well do you know the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Like, do you know, like, the things that happened to them in the past that shaped them to be the person that they are today? Do you guys talk about those things? Do you talk about why you do the certain bad habits that you do? What are those bad habits? Or is it just fluff?
Yeah. Are we just being cute? Or are we just here because we like a couple of the same things? We like to do our makeup. We like video games. We like the same movies a little bit.
But do you guys go deep?
Yeah, no.
And if you don't go deep, then you need to find someone who does, because when you're in a relationship, when you find a relationship, that's who you're going to attract as well. And you can't not go deep in a relationship. It's just not going to work. Yeah. Even if you think like you're going deep, sharing like, I have a bad lying problem or something, that's just like, okay, and like what comes from that? Like, really start using a lot of your brain. We don't use a lot of this. We don't think a lot unless you intentionally do it. And if you do, then do it with your relationships too.
Yeah, and these people, like, if you do talk to people about it, or if you get to a point where you do start to talk to the people around you about, some of the deeper things, you need to be around people that actually put in action to change. Like,
That is
that's the
a
biggest part,
key.
because a lot of people
That
do
is a
just
key.
talk.
Mm-hmm.
They just talk, and they like to consume even information like this. And they might even be some people who watch this and comment on the video and everything, and they seem like they're really absorbing it.
Yeah.
But are you gonna apply it?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what changes your life, is the
Yeah.
application of the information. So you have to be around people who are constantly applying the things that they learn in real time, testing it out on themselves and on others to see how things like change in their life, because they're just like, people who change their lives realize that they're creating with life. They realize that manifestation is not just like, oh, I'm praying, or I'm just hoping for, I'm just speaking it into existence. It's like, I'm speaking it only because I wanted to change my mind, and when it's changing my mind, it's changing my actions. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to start creating. I'm going to test this out and see if this is true. I'm going to test this information out in this video to see if it's true, or this book that I read, or something I heard from somebody.
Not just a knowledge whore.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people like that, and you don't want to be that, because that's not how you manifest the right partner. That's not how you get out of this toxic dating scene. And that was something that was very vital, like in my life when I was younger, before I met her. I was just like, if I'm going to have this woman that I'm kind of thinking of in my mind, I was manifesting it because I was pondering on it the entire time. Didn't know that it looked like this, like that it looked like this lifestyle that she brings to the table and all that, but I knew that it was a feeling that I was searching for. And so I would kind of think of what the person may look like and stuff like that, just typical fantasy. And when she came into my life, it made sense, because the entire time while I was thinking about this type of person, I was like weeding people out of my life. I was just changing my entire environment.
Same.
Like, I was physically not showing up to specific places that I went to before that had certain people in it.
Same.
And I was just kind of like retreating, but it does feel lonely. And I know how that feels, like, because as you start to push yourself away because you're dissatisfied with what is out there, you're just like, is it only me? Like,
But I think that like leads to the next point.
It does.
Which is you're creating space for somebody.
That's it. And
If
you're creating right there. You're still creating.
Exactly. Like if you don't, think about it this way. If you have all these people that are in your life, like for me, I had a lot of friends before I met him that were in my life, and it was a lot of shallow relationships. And we would go out every weekend and go party and go do this and go do that. But we didn't have any deep relationships. Some of these people I had known like almost my whole life.
Yeah.
Like a long time, but it still wasn't a deep relationship, even though we had known each other like 10 years. That's just 15 years. It just wasn't the case. But we would go out and do a lot of stuff all the time. My free time was spent with doing things with them, or planning things with them, or talking about on the phone with them. Like it was just a lot of my free time was spent with doing things within that friend group because they were my friends. But as I started to create space, I did two things. I allowed myself time to get to know myself, and then I had more time for someone else. I wouldn't have had the time or the energy in that moment in my life to really invest in a real relationship.
Yeah, same with me. Like when we met, that is crazy. I had so much time to just sit down, like, and be present. I did. I was on the phone a lot. Like, I just stopped, like, the little things that I was doing. I was still carrying on with my life. Like,
You have to.
we were doing things. She was still going to work, and I was still going to
College.
school, I think.
I was going to school and work.
Dropping my siblings off at school and just going around, meeting up with certain friends. I was in a band at the time. Just doing life a little bit, but things were, like, I wanted to slow down once I met her. Like, and that's what you need.
You need to have that space too. You need to.
You do, because when you create that space, now you have all this time and energy to spend on getting to know this person that actually is going to reciprocate that energy.
And getting to know yourself. I think it's so cool when you finally do meet someone who is also on the same journey. Like I said again, birds of a feather flock together. You start to bounce off each other.
Oh, I got something
and
to
it's
say too.
kind
Go
of,
ahead, keep going.
It's kind of like I've been working on this today, and I did this and this and this, and I found out this about myself, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I never thought about that. You know what? I'm gonna look into that too, and I found out this, and it just kind of starts your own journey with self-development too. Like, I think a lot of times when people are saying like, oh, I don't have time to invest in a relationship right now, or I don't have time because I'm doing blank, you should always have time to invest in yourself. And that's a lot of what a real relationship is doing. When you're dating, you're investing in yourself too. You're not just investing in the other person. And I think if you feel that way, then that's wasted energy and wasted time, because it should feel like I'm investing in myself because I'm getting so much. It's almost like going to like school, or like learning, like listening to a YouTube video and learning.
Yeah.
Like, if you have time to listen to a YouTube video, you have time to invest in a relationship. But some people will just date for like on the weekends and just go on a date every other weekend or whatever. And you're not investing in yourself at that point. Think of it as an investment for yourself.
Yeah, and to her point, and what I was gonna say is like, you ever been with somebody or start talking to somebody and they just seem so busy, and you're just like, I thought we liked each other. Like, I don't know. Didn't we kind of sign up to start talking? We were flirting back and forth. We've been texting a little bit, but like, you wanted to go deeper. You want to get on the phone, or you want to go link up and like really have deep conversations, and you want to do it again, and you want to do it again and again. And it sucks when people aren't reciprocating that energy, where it feels like you're being a nuisance in their life now, and it's just like, it makes you feel like you're thirsty.
And that's a huge red flag at that point. Oh, there was a gnat. Sorry. Oh, it's not a gnat.
She's very scared of bugs. Like,
it was something from my
her
sweater.
And our daughter like freaked out when there was a gnat in the car.
I'm so sorry.
Like, literally freaked out.
It wasn't a gnat in the car. It was a bug. But anyways.
A gnat is a bug.
Like, it was bigger than a gnat.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
that wasn't a gnat. Sorry, that was something from my sweater. Anyway.
Okay, all right. We're back.
What was the
So,
point?
yes, when somebody is not reciprocating that energy where they want to kick it with you and have those conversations,
that's a
it's
huge
like,
red
it's a red
flag for you to step back at that moment, because I guess you need to analyze yourself. Are you the person that's not investing in the relationship? Are you the one that's saying you don't have time, or is it the opposite way? Whichever way, you have to realize that you both need to be having time in the relationship. That's just the case. Nothing should be, I won't say nothing should be more important. Obviously, like your own grooming and your own health and things like that should be important. But this is the thing that really matters. Like, careers, of course, matter. Like, your health, going to the gym, all of that matters. But this is the thing that can literally, like we've said before in our other videos, kill you. It can.
Really can.
Loneliness can kill you, and being in a toxic relationship can kill you, envying someone else's relationship because you don't have one can kill you. All of those things can kill you, because everybody needs human connection.
Yes, we do.
No matter what you say, you need human connection. That's just the case. So invest in yourself and invest in a relationship time-wise. You need to give time to a relationship.
Yeah.
And, go ahead.
This person, the reason why it's so important is because this person, again, is the only person out there that is going to meet you at your level, that you're going to be romantically attracted to, that you're going to be able to grow and like reach past points that you can't on your own. You're like, there will always be a plateau as long as you're a single individual. And it's okay. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with being single, but if you're somebody who's on the journey of self-development and you crave a significant other, it's the right thing, because somebody else is the person that will open up those doors to be able to like place you in a position to where you self-reflect so differently, because they have qualities that you lack and vice versa, and they can teach you about how they conduct their lifestyle that will be beneficial for yours, and you'll be able to do the same for them. And it just takes you to new heights. Like, I would never be who I am today without her, because just her presence alone holds me accountable when it comes to my own individual life. I want to be better. I want to work on myself in private when she's not looking at all, so that I can show up and be better, so that I can be better for her. And the other person will do it for you. She does it for me. So, like, if you have this career, let's say, and especially if you're in corporate, And I'm not saying anything is completely wrong with corporate, but a lot of
It does take
corporate-minded
a lot
people,
of time, though.
it takes their
a lot of
time, and they think that it's life because they're trained to think like this is everything, and like I must survive, I must pay my bills, I must be this person who has absolutely great credit. And a lot of people like that don't realize like how robotic and how android like they are. It's like when you meet love as a person who has been so organized in your life as a single person, and you've just been about this linear path, you need to go over here if this person is over there and coming into your life, and kind of drop this for some time. And it doesn't mean neglect your responsibilities. It means pay so much attention to this and realize that you pour so much attention over here, and you're actually okay over here. Like, you're going to be fine. This person over here needs attention because they have so much value to bring you that is far beyond what you've acquired in your life so far, especially if you're a person who's been looking for the love of your life.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to the main point about the dating pool sucking. Is if you can see from the very beginning who has the time and energy to really invest in a relationship, then it becomes that much more narrow for you to where you can like really say, this is a person worth investing my time into because I know that they're going to give me the same energy. You can tell that very early on when you're talking to someone, whether they're invested in you or not. And so I think that helps you right away to say, oh, no, this is not the person I'm supposed to be talking to. No matter what they're saying, if they're not willing to invest the time, it's not going to work.
Yeah, there's so much energy here. Like and it's not like bad
Draining.
energy. It's
No,
great.
it's good.
It actually fuels you.
Yeah.
But if that person is not carving it out for you, then you're diminishing your own value because you could be spending this elsewhere where your value is actually appreciated. This person is not for you, so they're taking away from your actual life source. And you need to don't view your life source as scarce, even though it is finite. It's more so just like, know you're abundant and know that you're just good. You're too good. Like, you're too good for this. It doesn't mean that you're just the best human being on earth and you're superior. It just means in the dating scene, like, people are playing games out here. And you're not here to play a game. You're here to do real life.
There's so many people who are doing the same thing. They don't want to play games. They want someone that's authentic. And you just have to start surrounding yourself with those people, and you're gonna find it.
Yeah. I think. Okay. No. That's what we do. We do this in our normal conversations. I'm like, no, you go. I'm serious. You go. No, go.
Being too polite.
Yes. That other person. So the dating scene will feel really lonely. One, because obviously there's a bunch of trash people out here. That's let's go back to that for a second. There just are.
That is the reality.
A lot of people are just not working on themselves.
You're not crazy. That is the reality.
Yeah. Like, look how many people. And this is not to shame anybody. Like, you may even be somebody who dibbles in this, and like, don't
say OnlyFans.
No. I mean, that's one thing, but this is not for people who have OnlyFans. I'm sorry, you got a lot of work to do. I am judging, but if you're like viewing the world and you see that a lot of people aren't self-disciplined in their health, and that doesn't mean like all the way. You don't have to be this beautiful, super fit person, but just like you have no self-discipline. You're just like, I don't even care. Like, we have friends in the past that are just like, yeah, I don't care if I get super big. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, people who behave like that in all areas of their life, not just with their health. It's like, they're not the people who are sitting behind closed doors actually working on themselves. So they're not retreating. They're usually outside and they're usually just doing stuff. And if there are people indoors who are not working on themselves, they are very strange and they have some very strange addictions, and that's a whole different group of people. But the people who are working on themselves, a lot of times they just stick to themselves even if they're outside, because they're living a lifestyle that is contrary to most of the culture. And so they are rare. But when it comes to that rareness, again, when you cross paths, you'll immediately be able to spot them, and you most likely will be in the same location, whether it's physically or digitally, because we met digitally. But when we met digitally, she had found my content, and when she found my content, Twitter, and then like-mindedness there because we're talking about the same things. So it's like there's alignment. So in person, that happens when you're going to place that you just enjoy, a place where like-minded people are. We talked about this in one of our last videos. And when you see them, they're gonna have this aura. Like, there's an energy, there's a thing about people, because like when you're in front of, let's say, a pervy dude, for example, Like, they give you these eyes.
Yeah.
They stare at women a certain way. They're looking at their body and just, they're like hunting.
Or opposite, a whore. A
Yeah.
girl that's a whore.
Yeah.
I was just talking to my brother recently, and he was like, oh no, there's this one girl at my school, and you can just tell right away.
It's just in her face.
You just...
It's in the way she dresses, the way she walks, everything, the way she talks. So people have an aura. You have an aura. And so if you're a person who is working on the development of yourself, when you step out, there's a confidence about you. There's an esteem. There's a natural glow. And then there's, you put yourself in places that people like you usually are, and people that are not like you, they're not usually there. And if you're like, you know, bumping shoulders with people, let's say you go to the beach. Of course, you're going to cross paths with so many people throughout your day and even at work and stuff like that. You didn't sign up to be around these people per se. But when you go to specific little places within those areas, it's like
if you're, like
somebody.
he's saying, at the beach, for example, there's going to be a ton of people who go to the clubs and the nightlife and the bars. And there's going to be other people who maybe are looking for a specific place. Like if you like a record shop, you may find, or like thrifting. You're not going to be going to the same places.
Yeah.
And so it's like the people that are working on themselves are not trying to just drown out life. They're trying to actually enjoy life and be present.
Yeah. Like when we talk about vacation, we're not vacationing right now because of the way the world is. But when we do decide to vacation again, it's not going to be like the last time that we went on vacation. The last 2 times we went to Jamaica and we went to Mexico. And it was great. But a lot of the culture there is just a bunch of people getting drunk and stuff and chilling. And we did our own thing. And we used to drink back then, but we weren't like getting all super faded. But
you're still like immersing yourself in the culture.
Yeah, but when we go on a vacation the next time, it's mostly going to be like a vegan, all-inclusive resort, and that will place us in a whole different environment because there's people there who probably meditate, people who read a lot, people who chill to themselves and talk about health, like, and that would place us in a position to manifest the friends that we want. Because right now, being very honest with you, finding friends is it's just as toxic.
You guys, you have been helping us just as much as we have been helping you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that we're saying, it applies to friends too. It just does. And so think about your friends and think about your dating at the same time because it all applies. So if you have to start weeding out your friends first because you don't have any prospects for dating, weed out your friends and start just going places. Not with the intention of finding a friend or finding a person that you're supposed to be with, but just with the intention of, I'm just going to experience life.
Yeah.
I'm just going to actually go and enjoy myself. And that's when you become like magnetic, is when you're like actually going out and experiencing life. And something just happens. I don't even know how to explain it, but something just happens to where you start attracting people. You just do. And when you're starting to attract people, like people will come up to you and just start talking to you.
Yeah.
And just, people already do it to us. Yeah. They really do.
They do.
It's just not the specific person that we're looking for yet.
Yeah.
But it already has happened. And that's what happened with us. We just had a certain aura about ourselves where it's just magnetic. So the dating pool does suck. However, there still is a big group of people in the dating pool who feel the exact same way you do. And you have to put yourself out there to get into that dating pool. And once you get into that dating pool, it's magnetic. It really is.
Yeah, it is. Like, and I was going to say that she always talks to me about like our friendships that we've had in the past and like who we've cut out of our lives. And each time it's just like people are not meeting us where we morally stand a lot of times. And I'm not talking about anything religious or anything like that. It's not about that. It's about like just what are your principles that you follow and how do you view loyalty? How do you view like children? How do you
spend your free time?
Yeah, how do you spend your free time? It's all of that. And
I think it's all of that combined.
Yeah, like they're not, again, it goes back to that, they're not working on themselves. And we can see that. And it just has a smell to it.
They might not even have any answers to those questions.
Yeah.
Because they don't sit back and think about those questions. That's not something that they think about on a daily basis. When I first met him, I didn't do as much thinking as I do now. He has inspired me to do a lot more thinking, because that's just not how I grew up. The household that I grew up in was very like busy. We do this, we do that to kind of occupy our time instead of sitting down and really thinking and having time just to spend with yourself. And a lot of people are just like that. They don't really sit down and think. Or if they do, it's kind of like going to therapy instead of doing the work themselves, which you can do a lot of work yourselves. Therapy, I agree with therapy. I've been to therapy. However, sit down and think with yourself and talk to people and see if they really think with themselves. Do they have any opinions about things that have to do with their own person, not society, not what's going on in current events, but their own person? Do they really sit down and think?
Yeah, a lot of people don't even have a inner monologue. Like, there's no
Yeah.
dialogue. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And I see it on TikTok and stuff, like people talking about it. I saw it like a couple years ago. We did, and I'm just like, what? Like, you don't hear anything? You don't reflect using your own like voice to narrate like your life and how you view everything? That's kind of insane to me. I don't know what that means, but you need that. And so if you're out here surrounding yourself with people that, let's say, don't have inner dialogue, inner monologue, and then if they do, but they're not using it as a superpower in order to self-reflect, it's like, what are we really spending our time doing here? Because in order to bring each other like significant value as friends, we need to be coming with information and results that get us to this next point so we can share that stuff and like help each other climb. It's just like a constant game of like, I'm climbing up, I'm helping you, you climb up above me. It's just like a constant thing, you know, inclining. And a lot of people just want to stay here, but that's not even a thing. It's no linear path when it comes to self-development. You really are just declining.
And I think there's, on the flip side, so many people, like, we started off the video by saying that the dating pool is the worst that it's ever been, or the dating scene is the worst that's ever been. And it is. However, it's so much better at the same time because we have access to the internet now.
Yeah.
Like, there was just, back in the day, you probably would just talk to the people that lived in your town. Like, nobody was traveling, nobody was doing things like that, like, way, way back. It was just like, I'm using Missouri because that's where my grandma's from, but I'm from Missouri. I marry a man that's up the street because that's what she did, who was also from Missouri.
He was up the street?
Mm-hmm. He was. He was up the street. And that's just what it is. We stay in our small town. We stay in our towns. Now we have the internet. We have FaceTime. We have phones. We have text. We have all these different forms of communication to meet different people. Yeah. We have different communities where they do Zoom meetings, and you can go to like Mexico and do like a retreat with a bunch of different people. There's so many ways now to meet people that just were not a thing.
Yeah.
Very recently.
We were like considering traveling to New Zealand for a little bit a year ago, and I was playing a video game, like a horror video game that I play, and it's like, you have a team of 4 on there usually, and you guys all play together. And you just jump in different lobbies and talk to people and see if you're a good fit to play the game or whatever. And I met this young couple who were like 18, 19 or something like that. And they were super in love. You could hear it the way they were talking. And I was like having fun talking to them. And they were from New Zealand. Or one was from Australia, one was from New Zealand. That's what it was. The girl was Australian, the guy was New Zealand. And I was asking them a bunch of questions, and they were telling me like, oh yeah, we met on this video game a while ago. And crazy. I was like, what? You guys met on the game? Crazy. And they're like, yeah, we just play all the time. This is like our date. Like, we date while we're long distance, and we go see each other physically. She stays at my house in New Zealand, you know, for X amount of time. And then when she's at home, you know, we talk on the phone, and then we get on the game and we play. And they were just fun. They're fun to play with. I hope they're doing good. I forgot about them. But that goes to show you, like, these times have changed. Mm-hmm. And even with us, you know, meeting, when she's saying it, I'm like, I wonder if it's fate. I believe we would have met, but at the same time, how much harder would it have been if we didn't have the internet?
Still lived, yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, I would have had to literally go to Los Angeles, or he would have had to come out here, and
I wouldn't have been out there
somehow.
I wouldn't have been. Nope. I didn't even travel.
So he didn't. So it would have been me because my family would travel to LA and California, but we would go to like Disney. He doesn't go to Disney, so it's like
It'd have to be rare.
it would have to be something where I'm going. Like it's just so much harder. It was so much harder. Just like 30, 40 years ago, it was so much harder. So like be grateful that we live in this dating scene now because it's kind of almost better because since the dating scene sucks so much, it makes it kind of easier to find your person if you're on a self-development journey because that person's going to shine out like a diamond in the rough because it's like, oh, easy. Cool. I already know that I can start a conversation with this person and it can go somewhere because of how they've been moving.
Yeah, and I don't know if I said this in one of the last videos. I'll be saying it a lot, but content really is everything. I know I said it on my TikTok, and people have been loving the TikTok that I put out about how content is so important, just as a normal human being. And I'm not talking about just posting pictures and like being all cute. It's not about that. It's really about being your authentic self online, even if it's just a fraction of yourself. Because even with my page, it's just a fraction of myself. And while I'm doing it, the people that interact with my page, I like a lot of those interactions, even though they're not deep. I haven't formulated any friends because I'm not trying right now online. But if I was trying to look for a soulmate or just like, manifest that because I've been listening to information, me posting my content online with me just expressing my thoughts on a TikTok or something like that would allow me to actually like cross paths with this person potentially because there's a way higher chance.
That's how I found them. Yeah, it was through content.
It's through content. So
it was through content.
Just authentic content, just me being myself. And so if you express yourself, no matter what you do, even if you just feel like I don't make content, I'm a normal person. If you just get on there and express your thoughts, it doesn't mean you have to have a bunch of views or likes. It doesn't mean you need to be some influencer. I barely had any views on my video that she had saw. The algorithm just gave it to her because she was searching up things.
Yeah.
So when you do that, you never know who's going to reach out.
No.
And besides her, I've had many interactions with people in my life that aren't my like friends that are still my friends. Like if I met with them in person, it would be all love. It would be great. But where their life is, I'm just not there. So it doesn't, and our personality types probably don't sync up. But when it comes to a best friend that I may want to manifest in the future, I wouldn't, doubt if that person met me through my organic content because I'm putting myself out there. So putting yourself out there is just key because when you put that energy out into the world, somebody's going to feel it and it's going to resonate with them. And all you need, again, just like I said in the beginning of the video, it's just one. So even if you just had one singular view on your video, which you wouldn't, you'd have more. That could be the person.
Like there's this video on YouTube and this boy, it's old, it's really old, but this boy's talking about like how he's so ugly and that was his content. And he was like so sad about being so ugly. And he was just like, I'm just so ugly. I hate being this way. I hate the way I look, blah, blah, blah. And a girl commented, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know this video because it went viral, but a girl commented on the video and was like, I think you're cute. And then he was just like, what? And then they start actually doing videos together. They meet up in real life, and then they actually get married, and they're together. Well, I think they're still together, but they were together the last time I looked into his story. And that was just him literally talking about how ugly he was. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but he was literally just expressing his thoughts. And somebody that was like-minded connected with that. Yeah. Like, he wasn't doing anything special. So even if you feel like I have no passion right now, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Just talk.
Just talk.
Just talk about your thoughts. That's what I do. Like, I'm taking my page more professionally now. I just did this the other day because TikTok was a test for me, just scratching my itch. But I told myself, like, I want to create, like, deeper content because if I want to be around a deeper community, which I do want, I just need to, like, take it more serious for me. But before that, I was just making authentic content still. Like, my content that's up is just me talking. Like, I'm just expressing thoughts, and people, like, several of my videos have went viral. And people are just like, yeah, like, I feel that. Like, that is literally me. And I'm like, cool. I'm looking through all these people, and I'm like, okay, like, I see you. So if I take it more serious.
It helps you feel like the dating pool is. You can make content even on how the dating pool sucks.
Yeah.
Just talk about that. And it will help you feel, when you start doing that, like, whoa, there are actually people out here who are like-minded like me. It will help it feel not so lonely, especially as you start to weed certain people out of your life as well.
Yeah. So I say we should end there because you have everything now. Like what you need is to just express yourself more, like I said, like we said. And again, it's really a matter of perspective. Let's lock this in one more time. You don't need a bunch of options. You only need one
You
person.
actually need less options.
Yeah, you
less
need less.
options is better.
More options makes it stressful because
It's like when you're looking for a movie. You
Yeah.
don't want all these options. I hate options
Yeah.
with movies. I hate it because it's just like,
like, let me just lock in. Maybe 3 options
Maybe.
is good for a movie.
Maybe.
But still, if I just have
had
one good one cross
30
my path,
options
that's
for a
it.
movie, now I have to go weed through all these options, try and figure out what's a good movie, what's not. Same thing with dating. Same exact thing. You don't want all these freaking options just to have to weed through them and spend more time trying to figure it out. You don't have to do that.
You don't.
You can tell very early on.
Yeah. So don't view it the same way that a lot of people are viewing it right now. Don't view it like love is super scarce and that all these people out here are out to get you. I mean, they're horrible, and if you do allow that, then yeah, they will get you because you put yourself out there in a way to where you're being vulnerable with the wrong people. You weren't using like safeguards. You didn't have any boundaries set up to where you understood your true value and kept yourself at distance. Yeah,
was I even supposed to be talking to this person to begin with?
Yeah. Like, if you don't have any of those parameters up, then of course you're susceptible. But at the same time, when you take that same energy and you say, okay, there's an abundance of people out here, but I don't need good people, but I don't need all of them. All I need is one. It's the same thing. So in the toxic dating scene, you don't need any of those people that are toxic, and there's somebody out there that's for you, and all you need is one.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to, let's say, the world being a place where it's just so many great people walking around, that still is stressful because it's just like I have too many options on my hands.
Yes.
So same thing with the movies, like you said. If you have a whole bunch of good movies, I don't know which one to choose. Like, what is it? So like, options aren't relevant. So stop thinking about all these different people. Just think about there's one person out there for me that is, and that doesn't look again too, because a lot of people have disagreed with me when I've said this before. It's not about when we say soulmate, it doesn't mean that there might not be people out there that you're compatible with that could actually, like, you could blend well with and be in a good relationship with. I'm not trying to limit you, but what it is that there's somebody in comparison to the majority that has been preparing themselves and who fits you perfectly.
Just a puzzle piece magnet.
It's just gonna make sense when you meet them. And the only reason why I'm able to confidently say that is because I have this person right here.
Exactly.
I still, to this day, I promise, I'm not just saying that. I will say this to you in private right now if she wasn't
so
here. If she was far away, I'm super serious.
What is it?
If I was in a room full of 1,000 girls, let's say, and I got to comb through each one as a married man just to see what they're about, not even just me trying to date them, just like literally combing through them just to see what is this person about, what's their life. I'm not gonna meet anybody that actually is like this person for me. Even if there's quality out there,
how I feel too.
I'll be thinking like, yeah, this person would be a good spouse for somebody, but it ain't
not
me.
for me.
And it's
No,
not because
I
I'm like,
agree.
I've decided, oh, it's not for me. It's just because I have been around so many girls. I've been past 1,000 girls throughout this time. We've been together 10 years. It's been so many. We've been in many social rooms. We've been in all kind of stuff, digitally, physically. I still, to this day, I've never met anybody for me. So it just doesn't make sense whether they're attractive and they have great qualities. It doesn't matter if you'll know this person because it's like you've met them before already.
It's
That's
magic.
what it is.
It really is magical. There's no way to quite explain it. It's just the old saying, when you know, you know. It's true though when you actually meet that person, and it is. I don't know how to explain how we actually join together like this, but anybody who really, really has the real thing will tell you it just happens.
Yeah.
Just somehow you guys find each other. You could be on opposite ends of the country, like us, or opposite ends of the earth. And it doesn't matter because somehow when you guys are working on yourselves and really, really moving forward correctly, it's like the world just knows, like,
Put
now
these two
it's
together.
time. Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I'm still deciding what I even believe in life in this lifetime that I have. Like, I don't know if I even believe in past lives or not. Like, I consider it. But if I
Whatever
were
it
to,
is, yeah.
this would be a representation of it, because it's
Yeah.
like I meet you and everything's just in sync.
Mm-hmm.
Even just our lives, like there's so many things that you can't explain that are
Very
extremely parallel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
it's like the red string.
It's the red string theory.
Yeah,
it's a real
thing.
I can't
really
explain
is.
that. Like we even have a hat that
A rare
she wore.
hat, like a very rare.
Yeah, she wore it in the same time period that I had it, to the point where we were thinking, like,
and we were
is
kids.
this...
We were kids.
Yeah.
I was a teenager and he was a teenager. We had never met before, and it was actually a hat that I stole from. Well, I didn't steal, but I borrowed and never gave it back because my friend was like, "You can have it," and I was like, "I love this hat," and I just continued to wear it. And he has pictures with the same hat.
Yeah,
it's the same hat.
It's the same hat.
Same years.
Yeah.
And everything, and it doesn't make any sense because it's a hat that nobody else has.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very rare. Nobody has the hat.
Yeah, I mean, somebody has to
Of
own it out
course,
there, but like
somebody has
nobody
the
we've
hat,
ever
but it
crossed
wasn't like
paths
a
with.
popular
Yeah.
hat that
It's
people
not.
were wearing.
It's like one of those ones that have maybe a
It's just
one
like,
out of
what?
a few.
What type of hat is this? But
Yeah.
we had it because that's just what happens. So the dating pool sucks, yes, but it sucks in a good way for you because you're going to find your person by weeding out all the crap easily. And it's the best time for it because we have the internet. We have modern technology to help us.
We do. So be encouraged. Don't be discouraged when you're looking at all this stuff and what people are doing out there and how they're conducting themselves. That has nothing to do with you.
And stay away from media. Stay away from the media if it's really like bothering you, like looking at reality TV shows or watching certain movies or looking at Instagram, whatever it is. If it's having a negative effect on you, stay away from it.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah. You have no reason to surround your mind with that, and even in person, environment is everything. So don't surround yourself with it physically. And whatever has happened to your parents in the past, or your uncles, aunties, cousins, best friends, like all that stuff has nothing to do with you.
No.
And even your own past, it has nothing to do with you anymore. Just use it. We've said this in, I think it was our last video. Use it as fuel. Use it as a catalyst in order to actually bring you to this point to where you manifest the life that you want. That's pretty much it. You have everything that you need when it comes to manifesting a partner. And we have more for you so that you can just acquire more information along your journey.
Yes, we do.
All right. Peace.